interesting. Kind of creepy, but also cool. Okay. We move some stuff around here. Looks like I need a belch. We'll go ahead and get this started. I need to actually set up the captures for the other stuff, my channel. Okay, we'll go ahead and share. Drop it. Drop a link here. Drop one here. Do my announcements channel. Oink. I will go ahead and publish. Okay. Yes. At pinged. Okay, I think that's kind of it. And I'll drop one in the basic channel too. Okay. Maybe go back to live chat. Couple seconds, people trickle in, and I need to see. I'm trying to remember how to properly do it. Wish I could actually do it. Yeah, I'm going to change this right quick. Let me just go ahead and save this image. Save that under here, under news. Save this one also under news. Open the folder. Close out both of those. So, for anybody who may or may not be here, I'm very tired. I got like 2 hours, like an hour and a half of sleep this morning. Dad was having a little procedure done, and kind of want to go to bed, but I'm also excited to want to go ahead and do this. I will go ahead and do this now live. Okay, I think we have that now. Okay, where is... I have one of these things on here, I think, set to do this. Not Steam, not Age of Wonders, not Internet, not Discord, not Image 2. I guess I could always do window capture, but changed it to window capture. Let me do that right quick. We're going to start off with the updated stuff, which I did post earlier on. Earlier on the Discord. So, Microsoft Photos? Is that the correct tab thing? Automatic? Alright, is that going to do it? No, okay, well, that's not. Oh, I don't have it on. That would for sure help. So, do some troubleshooting right quick. I guess just do window capture. Maybe just do basic window capture. Display capture, here we go. Okay, so we're going to start off here. Let's see, let's do this one. I think this was technically at the top. This is actually something for Azure. ADAG. Terrible pronunciation. Right now, the sleep isn't going to help. But this is the rebalances. I posted this earlier because I thought, oh, it's big, but it's not as big. I think it's the other stuff. But I sent this to some other people because I was away this morning. But I couldn't actually like check out some of this stuff. Like it had some stuff where like stuff changed, but like without having every single kit memorized, it's kind of hard to see. Like some of the stuff was like 7%. It's like, well, was it 3%, 4% first? But he went through here and filled this out for stuff that's updated. And let's see, what's the big thing? The big thing here is her first special, which is the catapult. Kind of the same, but now it gains 15% bonus damage for each stack of courage on all heroes, which is very big. We'll go with the new heroes later, but basically the new King's Court team is probably going to have, after a couple of turns, 25 stacks of courage on the whole team. So if I did the math correctly, this is 525% AoE damage, which is very, very strong. I'm just going to say that's going to be pretty strong because the attack was already good to begin with. And she gains taunt for 3 turns and now gains 2 stacks of courage versus 1 stack, so she'll be getting stacks of courage herself for this, plus other things which we'll read in other kits later if you use her with other minifigures. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. I mean, it's not like the most crazy thing, but it's also, she's now King's Court. Well, let me double check. Because they'll include the tags on here, so I did have to ask Tiny himself, just like, hey, was any other tags in here? Where was it? Yeah, Storm got King's Court tag. The Lionel and Royce ROYC got King's Court as well. So the 2 other like castle figs are King's Court, and the other one, which is Fright Knight, got Fright Knight tag, which I mean kind of makes sense. He does have the emblem, so like that one checks out. So that's kind of the only thing here, but like I think she will be really strong. She's made to work with the new fig, or the new figs are made to work with her and Brutus specifically. Not that way, not that scrolling. And of course we have Alan. Let's see his stuff here, because there's like a couple like random things. So here it is, let's see, damages all foes by 30% of their health. So I think that's a little bit of a, sorry, no, that's what it used to do. Now it does 20%. So I think that's the only kind of big change there for that one. Right? Yeah, I think that was it. Oh wait, and also, yeah, up here, cooldown for his like revive, heal, whatever ability has been increased from 3 to 5, so it's going to be lots less reviving going on. Though at the same time, I say that I've had fights with like Andreas on the team, and it feels like he has used his revive sometimes. Maybe not exactly back to back, maybe it was like a turn in between it, but like before my character has gotten a turn, he has revived somebody, stuff's happened, and then he's revived somebody else, and I had like a full 5 big team. So like, while that is also extreme, Andreas can like, at least enemy Andreas, I feel like my Andreas like never really reduces the cooldown here. I can't like revive back to back to back with this. But like I think he's still going to be like decent. Hey Justin, also hey to everybody who sees it. So like still he's definitely not going to be as good, but I don't know if it's still going to be bad, though some of his stuff was based off of like RNG, so he could be really good, but lots of times he was just like okay. I will be honest, I always keep on trying to scroll like that. Then we have Andreas here, which nerf and buff, kind of, a little bit. For some of the teams I face him on, which is the ones where they have like put him on some of the collectibles, I think he might do better there, but might be less overall. Also, his basic used to be 5%, but now does 10%, so does a little bit more damage. I'm not saying that really does that much more, but hey, he'll do a little bit more work. Let's see, he increases the pep of all heroes by 10%, has a 30% chance to reduce all ability cooldowns, which it used to be 40%. It's a little bit less. I guess you'll maybe have Alan going off a little bit less, but like it can still like trigger a bunch. Like I've had like Santa do back-to-back ultimates before. Like it's just all RNG. Heals all heroes for 4% of Andreas' max health, so down from 5%. Not too much of a change though. I think everything else was the same there. And then you had the Cosmic Cold, which had, I think, one change here at the bottom. Whenever hero gains Hardy, increase pep of the hero by 25%, which used to be 30%. And that hero gains 4 stacks fill every time. So a little bit less pep gain, which, I mean, nothing I think too crazy here. Like, it's nothing too major. Pictures from the thumbnail of the stream. That was some stuff I got sent to me that had been data mined for stuff upcoming. Got a couple different bag images. I mean, there's that's the I guess Fright Night bag. Oh, say bag. That one might be a like bundle. There was some with bags, and I know one of the bags had like Spooky Gold, and one of it didn't. But see, we have that. So that is what Andreas, Alan, and Storm. And then we also have over here, we got Jins. Jins using, I guess, another nerf again, for his passive. Taking heroes gain 15 max health instead of 20% max health, and I believe that was it. That was changed here. So like nothing really. I guess it's a little bit less, but nothing like too crazy major. It's just like a little change there. How many new castle? We have 3 new castle heroes. And I'm assuming they're all going to be in this new event. They don't like give us all the stuff about the other thing. I can send them to you after this. Go. But it's 3 new figs, no new set. 1 Fright Night, and I'm guessing Spooky, maybe Castle, maybe Collectible. He's a collectible minifigure, so I don't know what they're actually going to classify him as. And then we get 2 Castles figs from Castle 2013. Then Santa also got a couple little nerfs here. His Northern Lights ability, which is the Christmas tree. The cooldown has been increased from 4 to 5, so he won't be doing it as much. I mean, he still can kind of go off. Like, we have Andreas on the team. Like, I hate that with like the collectibles team that I've been facing, like the little bit more stall focused one. He can, like, if you can kill Chili, I feel like he goes off with that. So he won't be doing it as much now. I don't think that's too bad of a change here. And his ultimate's been delayed a bit. To figure out what this meant from 3.5 to 3 seconds. I mean, it takes 3 for the first one to go off, but then after that, the cooldown would be 5. It's been up to 6 for the second ultimate. The first ultimate will still have a 3-turn cooldown, maybe less if you have Andreas. I'm not sure exactly why we have 3 figs. I thought we would definitely get a set at least. I mean, the castle set definitely seemed like a definitive. Also, the people that added in was Lion Knights. That's Lion Knights Castle. I mean, so this is an old Lion Knights set, but like it felt like it would kind of go on together well. But maybe they're saving it for Malak. Oh, you have a bunch of tank healers coming up. I will be honest here. No, it is 3 figs. And then here you have... Galaxy Explorer, I think, had the biggest nerf. At least for the people that looked through it to like verify what all actually got changed here. So whenever a space hero deals damage to a foe, there is now a 30% chance to clear 1 buff instead of a 50% chance, which I feel like, honestly, I feel like this buff might have actually, this nerf may have already been in. I feel like my space was not clearing buffs at all. Like, I almost honestly feel like it was already 30%. I know I was talking to some people recently about that. Like, it just doesn't feel like they're really doing much cleansing. Let's see. Oh, and then down here, if any buff is cleared, the target foe's pep is reduced by 5% pep, and the hero's pep is increased by 5%. Both were 3%, I guess. So I guess it's a little bit more going on here. And let's see, I think everything else was the same here. I can work with this. Whenever a Techie hero gains a debuff, their pep is increased by 3%. It used to be 5%, so there'll be less pep stuff going on here. And the grit is increased by 5%. It used to be 3%, so they get a little bit more, not hardy, because it's actual buff, but so less stuff actually will like be applying to them now, which I think is interesting. It's some crazy tank stuff. It is very funky. I think Tiny said at least one of them was a 65 tile unlock, so that's at least nice. Whenever a foe gets maintenance token, the pep is reduced by 6%. I think it was 7%. That was also doing like 35%. I don't know. It was just kind of broken. Hopefully they like fix this to actually work properly now. So Alan will be doing a little bit less pep reduction. Also, interesting to me that Leo wasn't actually listed here. And then whenever a classic space hero gets a debuff, they have a 20%, used to be 25% chance to clear all debuffs from themselves, and has a 25% chance to gain debuff immunity for 2 turns, was 40%. So getting lots weaker here, and also just a little bit here. Alumni Days was rebalanced. That's it. Give me a second. I'm going to change over here. Was the actual PDF. Here we go. Let me check. I think I had a internet thing here. Oh, that doesn't look right. I guess we do another window capture. Why not? Just ignore my internet browser stuff. Okay, but here's the new stuff. Like the new stuff. I have no idea what the other unlocks are. I just asked him if anything was a 65 cost unlock, and he said at least yes. So, hey, so there's that. Again, here is the new heroes. I just want to go over the old stuff first. New heroes, Newcastle heroes are here. Meet Lionel and Royce, a courageous knights duo that will protect their king with their brave hearts. There is one more hero on the horizon, Fright Knight, a powerful tank that feeds on the enemy's fear and likes Willow a lot. Oh wait, I didn't even, sorry, give me a second. Actually change over here. So I'm like half awake right now. But here's the stuff here. Which is pretty cool. Post 1899. Sorry, what do you mean? 1899 in the L server Discord. I'm not sure what exactly you mean by that. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I post it in? Tiny has asked me to hold off on posting these things in there at least until they post the like update announcement themselves. So I won't be posting the pics in there. Might have some of these posted on my Discord. And of course you can just like, if you want to screenshot anything from here, feel free to do so. But I just read this bit up here. This is Royce, who honestly is kind of more like a healer or support in my opinion. He is very interesting. And he is a King's Court fig. Royce the White Knight is a loyal servant of the king and has been his best friend for many years. When he's not fighting dragons or defending the castle against an evil invasion, he can be found on his trusty steed, traveling from town to town to tell people about the time he fought a dragon or defended the castle against an evil invasion. I'm also hoping that means he actually has like a horse in some of his animations, which would be pretty cool. First ability, also I'll tell you, there is a lots of synergy stuff going on in here with all the different stuff. But Lion Sword deals 100% damage, 100% chance to inflict defense down 2 on target foe for 2 turns. Heals hero with lowest health for 5% of Royce's max health, plus 1% for each stack of courage on all heroes, which maybe means enemy team too, I'm not sure, but so at least your team, which could be 25 stacks total. So that would be doing a 30% heal of his max health on his basic. which if you give him payback and taunt, he'll be doing, I think, fairly decent, fairly often. Then we have Royal Defender. His first special clears all debuffs from himself. So I mean, kind of close to Ernest. Clears 1 to 3 debuffs from all other heroes. So it doesn't do a full cleanse like Ernest does, but does still pretty decent. Although I guess if you don't get like 1 cleared, it's not that good. But still, if you get like 3 cleared from everybody, that's pretty decent. Heals himself for 5% of his max health for each debuff cleared. So all for whatever he might have, which I mean sometimes these guys have like 8 debuffs on them, plus at least 3 maybe from each other person maximum. So that's a pretty good heal here. Heals Princess Storm specifically for 15% of his max health, plus 7% bonus heal for each stack of courage on Princess Storm. So what would that be? 35%, so 50% heal possibly for Princess Storm, and he also gains taunt for 1 turn. So he basically kind of uses this, heals himself, heals Princess Storm, clears debuffs, and he kind of like takes taunt to like maybe relieve Princess Storm a little bit. Protect of the Realm. You can be on passive. He only has like 1 other ability, which is odd to me, but kind of interesting. Whenever Royce gains taunt, his defense is increased by 100%. Doesn't say just limited, so it might be like a permanent thing. And he gains Hardy and 5 stacks of heal over time for 3 turns. So he's going to be healing a bunch. Whenever any hero gains any stack of courage, any hero gains courage, Royce gains 20% pep and increases his defense by 20%. Also, I'm just going to tell you, based off of the other kits, basically read this as 40% and 40%, because most things in here are going to be getting 2 stacks of courage at a time. Now, granted, I don't know what happens once this actually maxes out. I don't know if you can actually gain courage, because a lot of these figs won't clear courage. Storm still does cleanse courage, or lose all of her courage stacks when she does her catapult thing. None of these other people that would be gaining courage, I think, have really a way to lose it, so I'm not sure. This actually might go away at some point, but he gains, when anybody gains courage, that is 20% pep and 20% defense. Also, for some other stuff, people will be gaining 2 stacks of courage anytime anybody gets payback or taunt. So this will be probably triggering very often. Also, the defense seems like it might be permanent. It doesn't say it goes away. So 20% extra defense permanently for 25 characters would be 500% defense here, plus 100% defense whenever he actually gains taunt. Oh, where is that up here? Whenever he gains taunt, he gets 100% defense, and then if everybody else gains courage stacks, he will get 500 defense. So he's going to be somewhat hard to kill. Passive 2, the White Knight. Whenever Royce gains payback, he also gains damage block 2 for 2 turns. At the end of Royce's turn, if his health is less than 55%, he has a 55% chance, okay, yes, those numbers, to gain damage immunity for 2 turns. So if he does taunt and gets low, he has a decent chance to become immune for damage for 2 turns. Oh, sorry, for 1 turn. But I mean, his taunt only lasts for 1 turn anyways. Then you have the Gallant Hero, and here's a Lionel. At the start of battle, King's Court heroes increase their critical avoidance by 30%. So the people I'm talking to thinking maybe this means that they won't be able to be critted, or for crit triggers, there's a 30% chance to do basic damage instead of a crit. And max health by 15%, so everybody just gets more max health. Whenever any hero gains 5 stacks of courage, they gain attack up 2 and max health up 2 for 2 turns and prepared. So I don't know if how that's going to exactly work when people is, yeah, kind of like Sal, but better. Also like a healer for his basic, especially if you give some taunt and payback. Like he'll be hitting people and healing anybody with the lowest health for like possibly 30% of his health, which if his health is good, that's going to be pretty good. But yeah, I don't know what this is going to exactly do when people get to 5 stacks of courage and can't lose it if they gain another stack of courage. Does it trigger this again? Because your max is 5, but can you still gain more, but then you can't go above the max? Not sure how that exactly works here. Next we have Lionel the Lion Soldier. He's listed as an attacker, but I guess kind of feel like an attacker, but he's also like very, very good support. Lionel was born in the Lion Kingdom and always dreamed of becoming a god. He had applied to be one of those famous knights defending the castle, and said he got placed on the gatehouse, which is actually, I think it's a set, it might be the set he's actually from, on the edge of the kingdom. At least he has full-time benefits. Pikeman Basic deals 80% damage plus 60% bonus damage to foes with attack down. Which, I mean, hey, he has some ways to do that. Which would be, I think, actually be pretty decent here. He has 2 specials, both exceptionally strong. Deals 40% damage to all foes 3 times. So 120% damage total. Plus 15% bonus damage for each stack of courage on all heroes. Remember, this could be a total of 25 courage stacks. So, 150, 300, 375 plus 40%, so 410% damage 3 times? So 1,200 something percent. Somebody wants to do the math there? You want to bring up a calculator to figure out how much bonus damage that could be? 100% chance to inflict accuracy down 1, so they'll have less of a chance to hit. Dizzy to everybody, 100% chance. Attack down 2 for 2 turns on all foes, which I'm assuming this also works with attack down 2. So he would do bonus damage hitting them with this basic if after using this. Could last for 2 turns. There's also a 35% chance to inflict stun on each foe. So a good chance to maybe stun it. I'm assuming this is separate than this, because I was thinking, I guess if this was included up here, it might be a chance. But with this not being, I guess it's just a 135% chance. So I was wondering, since it attacks 3 times, could it be 3 chances to proc that? Seems probably not, but I guess there's always a chance. Then you have Spear Swinger. Deals 100% damage to 3 random foes. So I guess if it's like some other things, possibly the same foe. Plus 20% bonus damage for each stack of courage on Lionel. So just himself. But pretty decent chance he'll get up to 5 stacks. So this would be 200% damage on Lionel. There is a 75% chance to inflict disarmed for 2 turns on each foe that took damage. So not as strong as the first one. Also would love to see what the cooldowns are actually on these abilities. So like 2 decent AoEs here, in my opinion. You might take a guess that Lionel is the 3-star here. It looks like something I saw. It might actually be him, weirdly. But Lionel actually is, I'll say, the stronger one of these 2. In a way. Let's go with his first passive. At the start of battle, increases King's Court heroes attack by 10% and grit by 20%. So everybody just gets stronger. It can maybe resist some debuffs. Whenever Lionel gains taunt, his attack is increased by 50% and he gains 100% pep. So, I guess this attack seems like it might be a permanent thing too, so he just gets 50% stronger every time you give him taunt. Also, he basically gets his turn instantly again. I mean, maybe not... Oh, sorry. He gets his next turn instantly, possibly 2 turns, like if he's at like 95% pep already, because this extra pep overflows into his next turn. so he can possibly get almost like 2 tons back to back. Basically, while I don't know if this giving him taunt might be the biggest thing ever, I would say the main reason to probably use this, well, one's also to get him courage stacks, but we'll get that. I think that's the second passive. But you do this, it will basically speed these up, the cooldowns, a lot more, because he'll basically get to skip a ton. So he moves on and further ahead. So if these have like a 3-ton cooldown, you basically cool that down quicker. The first time we see a full castle update, yeah, kind of. Then we have Fear Nod. Whenever Lionel gains payback, he also gains max HP up 2 and attack up 2 for 3 tons. Pretty good. Whenever Castle Hero gains taunt or payback, they gain 1 to 2 stacks of courage. Sorry, 1-2 stacks. I forgot there was a chance that you just only get 1 stack of courage. So it might not always be like a 2 stack. So anytime a Castle Hero gains taunt, so you probably using this with Brutus or tanks themselves. So think Storm and Royce from above. They gain 2 stacks of courage, or 1-2 stacks of courage. But as was also mentioned up here, anytime any other hero gains courage, he also gains 20% pep and defense by 20%. So if it gets 2 stacks of courage, 40% pep, 40% defense. So yeah, also though, to make this a little bit more fair, this only works with Castle. Though that would work with, I guess, like Ghost. I mean, he does get payback. I mean, that's not really, like, taunting. But work with Basil, Wilhelma, I guess Go-Go as well. Not saying that would actually do too much. Although, I don't know, Go-Go with Courage might be kind of fun. So, yeah, some stuff going on here. Also, you'll probably want to be using these with, I feel like, Guarded In. Because it won't be, like, necessarily magical to use, in my opinion, Majestro's Tower that has a chance to give anybody payback each turn, which could give them 2 stacks of courage to just make people stronger. Which is very interesting. Yeah, it just basically speeds them up. They just get faster. You have all these just buffing their speed, speeding each other up, healing, reducing cooldown by speeding themselves up, increasing defense and attack, which doesn't seem capped. It doesn't say it resets each turn. So uncapped, I guess, defense and attack gain. Then we have Fright Knight, Attacker, the Simp. A terrifying warrior of the Fright Knights, the aptly named Fright Knight sometimes takes his role a little too far. Even the dreaded Basil the Bat Lord and the wicked Willa the Witch avoid inviting him to parties, especially joyous occasions. And he is a collectible minifigure, so he's not actually a castle fig. So he might be collectible, though DJ May was Vidya and not actually Pirates, and she still got the Pirates tag, so he might get Castle tag. So this is our first time to really get a collectible minifigure for like one of the main tags, so I'm not 100% sure what his main tags are. I just got that he is Fright Knight. He is the tag Fright Knight, so he does get those buffs from Trade to Transport. Chilling Terror. It deals 110% damage to the target foe. Also, I would kind of say he sounds more like a super Omega tank, maybe a little bit support than an attacker. Has a 75% chance to inflict speed down 2 for 2 tons. If the target already has speed down, inflict fear for 1 ton. Also increases the duration of fear by 1 if the target already has fear. So it just does damage, slows people down, and then maybe inflicts fear. Let's not show too much of his Omega abilities down here. Haunted Defender. This was getting a little bit more interesting. Gains taunt for 2 tons. Has a 70% chance to gain debuff immunity and damage block 2 for 2 tons. which is interesting. So debuff immunity, so stop some stuff from getting applied to him, and some damage block. 2 random foes are inflicted with fear, and hero passive block for 2 turns. So somebody else doing some hero passive block, so slowing down the collectibles team here, probably. Also just fear, which you'll get more to that later. Fear is very strong for him. Grants the hero with the lowest health critical chance up 2 for 2 turns. If the hero is spooky, which I feel like you would want to be using him with them, also gain attack up 2 for 2 turns. Frozen Fear. Deals 70% damage to all foes, plus 10% bonus damage for each foe with fear, and reduces pep of all foes by 5% plus 4% for each active spooky hero. So it reduces pep by 5%, so 4%, probably be using him on a mostly spooky team, so 4 to 5 of this, so that would be either 21 or 25% pep. So it just slows all people down after doing some damage. Also, it does more damage for each people with foe. So if each of them has fear, that is an extra 50%. So it's doing 120% damage to all foes. Has an 80% chance to inflict dizzy for 1 turn. So not too bad. And there is a 40% chance to inflict disarmed for 2 turns. So that's to all enemies. He has a chance to inflict dizzy. Also has a chance to inflict disarmed. So everybody can miss the next turn, which is pretty good. Yeah, this stuff is honestly going to be pretty strong. And it drops Friday. The Fright Knight. Whatever Fright Knight has taunt, decreased damage taken by 5% for each foe with fear. So he can decrease damage by 25%, which is pretty decent, although it even gets stronger. Whenever Fright Knight takes a critical hit, he gains payback for 2 turns and heals for 15% of his max health, which isn't too bad here. So if he gets hit with a crit, he gets payback. Also, it's not too bad too, because if he gets payback, I mean, he also has a chance to get taunt too. He would just be hitting people for a decent bit of damage, decreasing the speed, and also probably inflicting more fear onto the enemy's team. Maybe increasing the amount of fear on them, or the length of fear. When Fright Knight, whenever Willa's health falls below 50%, Fright Knight gains taunt for 1 turn. If Fright Knight already has taunt, increases the duration of his taunt by 1. So I guess like AoE just makes him taunt longer. Whenever Fright Knight has taunt and takes damage, Willa heals for 15% of Fright Knight's max health. So it just brings her back up. So she just gets even stronger. So I think I told somebody he's like a personal Scarlet and Just a Go-Go for Willa specifically. Also, when he has taunt, he can possibly be taking 25% less damage. But that's just this passive. It gets stronger in this passive. At the start of battle, all foes have 80% chance to gain fear for 1 turn. So you start off with fear, the whole team. Whenever frightened, which also means when he attacks them, he will be applying speed down 2, but also increasing the fear by 1. Or increasing the length of fear by 1 turn. Whenever Fright Knight has taunt and takes damage, Fright Knight heals himself by 5% of his max health for each fear on the foe team. So he can possibly be healing himself for 25% of his max health if every foe has fear. Also, he's taking 25% less damage. So the less damage he takes, the more he is also healing. So good luck trying to kill him. I feel like some people should get second passives, some people just need first passives. Whenever a hero attacks a foe with dizzy or fear, that hero heals for 5% of Fright Knight's max health. So he's going to be applying a decent bit of fear to people. He does also apply some dizzy if you pair him with Santa, there's going to be a lot more Dizzy. So whenever anybody on your team would attack somebody with Dizzy or Fear, they heal for 5% of this dude's health. Whenever Spooky Hero gains heal immunity, Fright Night has a 80% chance to remove heal immunity. Not that that happens to, I think, 3 or 4 characters do that. So if somebody does stop you from healing, he has a good chance to clear that stopping from healing. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then here was just this stuff here if anybody wanted to see the unedited portions of it, but it was just kind of to go over what all exactly changed here and what like it used to be. Because some of the stuff was like went from 6% to 7% or 7%. 7% to 3%, something like that. So yeah, a couple passes over on everybody. None on Leo, interestingly enough. But I guess Leo's probably being touched upon more so with the set being touched upon. And the Alumni Days was rebalanced. So yeah, that is the updates to this. I hope they won't force people to use Zombie in the Brick Pick. I don't know, because I could see them maybe doing that. At least for the early stuff, maybe for like the Basil thing. Maybe Fright Nights might require it. Oh, sorry. Maybe Fright Night himself might require it. I feel like, of course, Fright Night would definitely require Basil. I heard some people say, according to some of the data mine stuff, it looked like Trader Transport's going to be the set required for lots of this. Though I could see that maybe changing up a little bit. Any other content they are adding? This is literally all I have, Jester. This is the stuff I have from them about what has been touched upon. One thing I do want to say is looking at this and theorizing with a couple other people, it doesn't look too much like you'll probably be using these two dudes and also this guy. He seems way too geared to work with Willa. Maybe Basil too, you might not be using him. Some of the other spooky characters, probably Santa, weirdly enough. Although, hey, if you put him with Santa, you might use Majestro's Tower. I mean, you might throw another magical fig. Because I could see having him, Willa, Basil, maybe Santa, though that might actually be too much taunt. Though, honestly, he sounds like he's better than Basil, unless people have good ways to get through all of his, like, taunt stuff here. I could see maybe even ditching Basil, so you have just 2 taunters with Santa and him. Somebody else, maybe throw on some Malak, maybe some Scully for some more damage or something. Chef and Sal have a basic, or have a passive. Did a Chef and Sal rework in the LSU DC set. Cool. You hope Lionel can be an easy. I'm not sure which one of these is going to be added. I don't think they'll probably be adding Barnacle soon. Then I think I haven't heard anything about that, at least. But also I want to point out too with them, like, well, I think they are good as well. I mean, you might could use one of them without the other. Like, I think he's going to be a little bit more useful than maybe just him. But I think he will also be good. I mean, he'll be a good one to add on with him. I guess you will want that for the courage stuff, for the extra things that are being gained and everything. But I feel like for these two guys, you will of course be probably Wonder Woman got it in, so give everybody some payback. These two guys don't have magical, so you probably don't want Majestro's Tower with them. I mean, you might step on some other magical figs. But they also do lots of stuff with King's Court, so you probably want some King's Court. He has some synergy specifically with Storm, and Storm does some stuff with extra courage stacks and some other things. Also, he's not like the biggest tank himself, so I feel like you wouldn't want him as your soul tank. Probably leave Storm as your soul tank and have him like off tank for her whenever she gets low, or pop this, heal some people. I feel like you also would want Brutus. because Brutus can also trigger the stuff giving people the courage stacks by giving them taunt. Also, that would be your main way, I guess, to get taunt on this guy, at least castles themed. Especially with King's Court stuff. Maybe throw on Magisto as well, since he also does some healing on payback. If you're going to be doing lots of payback stacking, hopefully, and taunting, that might be pretty good to go and have some more heals going on. How many tiles will they be unlocked? I don't know for sure who all will be unlocked at what. I know at least one of them has a 65 tile unlock cost. I can see maybe some more spooky from there because they're not doing that much spooky here. Immick would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind him, though there is apparently some weird licensing stuff because technically the movie people own the rights to him. Primo, no idea. He didn't already run. I thought somebody asked Maria recently. She said about adding it to the calendar, so I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm basically sharing with y'all all the information I have. I don't know anything about any other events or nothing. It's just basically this stuff. Primo would be really cool to get 7 stars. I mean, I would like to maybe just get all of them 7 stars, but it's probably gonna be tough. I feel like you would definitely want these guys. I feel like this will make it a lot easier. Also, I guess I'm curious. I mean, Malcolm just maybe just tell me on Discord later because there's lots of stuff to theory craft here. Who do you plan on like using with them? I feel like, of course, these two guys we kind of wanted to be run together. I feel like you're gonna want them to run on a full King's Court team because Magisto, I think, buffs everybody's speed by 15% or something per King's Court fig. So you would kind of want to do that to make them super fast. I think that would be really, really good. I feel like you would probably want Brutus to be giving him taunt to just make him stronger, because I feel like it sounds like this passive is maybe a permanent attack increase. Also speeds him up for his other abilities. Gives him some courage stacks. Like, I feel like this is something you're probably going to want to be doing. Storm, I feel like, with her rework is going to be pretty decent. Especially if she gains some extra 50% damage per courage stack on the team. You'll probably want these guys so they can give courage to everybody else, so you can get to that 25 courage stacks before you do her catapult to do massive damage. Looks like they are adding more. Oh, I read that one. Do you think Primo will run? Oh, sorry, I read that too. Okay, I thought I missed some messages there. So I feel like you probably want these to run together. Probably want Brutus, though maybe you can see ditching him. I mean, maybe this isn't as good, and if it's not a like permanent thing, it might not be as good. If it's just like his attack increases for like 1 turn or something. Want to see a little bit more how that works. Though, I mean, some of this stuff also sounds pretty. I guess it also depends how lucky you get with your payback, getting payback from a gutted in. Friday Night seems good. I don't feel like he would work too well with these two guys. I mean, maybe you could put Willa and Helm on the team, and maybe Storm as well or something, but I felt like you'd be losing out on stuff by not having more King's Court with them. I don't know. I think it's very interesting how they added stuff, I feel like, to 2 separate teams in here. Plus, I don't know, you might have like some people make like another anti-classic space sort of team with these guys. Also, I don't know if the person has the same name on here. But so I was talking to somebody on the Discord not too long ago, like maybe an hour ago, mentioning like I don't think, I guess it'll be 2 hours ago now, space is going to be as good. Like, I don't feel like what anti-classic space does is going to slow these guys down too much. I mean, you can steal some buffs, okay, but they kind of get more buffs. Also, they gain buffs from courage stacks, which is going to like you can't steal those, so really like it decrease that, so it's not going to, I think, be as good. They do some big AoE damage, so I think they'll be able to get through with lots of your team pretty quickly, especially if you're going to try to like stall them out. It's like they'll have decent enough healing against the spooky stuff. Maybe, I mean, you have some stuff here you could definitely steal from him and make him weaker, though it sounds like he's going to be a little bit like Scarlet. Well, let me double check. What was it? That's his specials. Whenever Fright Night takes critical hit, no. Whenever Will of the Witch's health falls below 50%. So I don't know if that's like the first time, like Scarlet might make it weaker, though it could also be like the original version of Scarlet where it procced every single time. Though also if it falls down here, he basically heals her, so she's probably going to get back up pretty soon after falling out of here, so it might trigger again even if you cleared it, because there's lots of stuff you can take from him. I mean, I guess you can clear the taunt from him, but he also has all of these extra things here. Also, Ernest does clear debuffs, but you'll probably be doing that early on to do the to get him his taunt. I mean, maybe you might wait till something else comes up, but I feel like he doesn't do it often enough to, I feel like, remove some of the debuffs they're putting on hit people, which is slowing people down, also inflicting fear, so you're doing less damage, so you might still be like doing some payback or like some bonus attacks, but you're not doing as much. Granted, stunning him was probably going to be pretty good, and like dizzying him so he didn't maybe do any payback himself stuff might slow him down, so Santa still might be good. Though, but he also has a chance to remove heal immunity, so anti-Santa stuff going on there, since Santa's, that would be like a good thing to maybe put on. I mean, that might be a good thing to put on these guys, but I mean, I think they still do like enough other stuff in the meantime that some heal block might not be too bad. Also, they have like lots of extra grit stuff, so they might could resist it. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe not as much here, though. I have to see what else people are going to do with the other figs or what they've put him on. He has like lots of synergy with Willa, so I feel like you might want them two together. And I don't know who else you would run him with. I don't know. Can you mix him in with some other collectibles, some other castle? I mean, maybe you put him onto a team with Spooky Army. Though maybe you even do like a Spooky Army with Willa and Fright Night, and maybe you ditch, I don't know, Reaper. Like, I feel like you'd probably still want Scully for even more healing and like good damage. Reaper does some decent AoE healing, but maybe you don't need that as much anymore. Grimhelm, I think you still might want a other tank, though I don't know, maybe you don't. Speaking of Lego Movie, you hope we get a Lego Movie I mean, I would really love that. Battle Bid would be a fun one to add into like the Pirates team. Unikitty would be fun, though I don't know how much. They might look a little bit weird, though. I mean, you might make them kind of like Slimer. So you might want like a bunch of animation going on with us. She's like changing postures and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like both of these teams are probably going to do pretty good against Anti-Classic Space. I think fairly decently maybe against Classic Space. I mean, Classic Space is going to be getting a little bit weaker. Maybe not as much the spooky one, because I don't know if you'll be able to inflict as much fear onto the enemy. But it's also going to be kind of hard for them to maybe kill you, so it might just kind of stall them out a little bit, slow them down. As for what they might do against collectibles, hard to kind of say. I mean, I could see him working. I mean, cool, he might be a good one to slow them down as well. And you can have some other stuff like, I mean, I guess that's Willa's ultimate, but I guess you can do some like buff stealing and debuff spreading around there. Might be pretty good. She puts a bunch of debuffs on people with a basic. That might be nice. If you maybe have Basil as well, you can have him here dying a whole bunch, and you use him kind of as an off tank for whenever he dies. And of course, I can heal everybody up. Maybe you have some other people, like, I don't know, maybe you slap in, like, Scully onto this team as well to deal, like, a bunch of damage. I don't know, maybe you slow on, like, a Garmadon for a little bit to have him do some stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's lots of things they might could do. I'm not maybe as sure with this team. I think this team might do good because I think they might have enough sustain to outlast some of the stuff going on with collectibles. Might be a decent bit of payback, and if they at least last long enough, I think you'll have enough stacks of courage on this team to be unleashing some big AoEs to start doing some like pretty decent damage to some people. And if these tanks are working pretty good, I could see that being a fairly good counter. But yeah, I think this is it for this. Unless anybody has any questions or stuff they want to see again about any of these particular heroes. Because so far this seems to be, I think, it. But also it's kind of interesting. I really thought we'd be getting a new set. Also weird to me that we aren't getting a like Lion Knights set. Oh, sorry, we're getting two guys here that were part of the Lion Knights faction for Castle 2013. And there is a Lion King's Castle, Lion Knights Castle, something like that in the files. I mean, it's for an old Lion Knights group. I think like from the 80s or 70s. But I feel like it would kind of go together pretty well. What new minifigures would you like to see? Of course, Mars Mission. Mars Missions for sure. I would like to see like a lot of other themes that don't really fall under one of the main tags in here. There's lots of stuff from Castle I'd like to see. Although I would love to just see a little bit more of like maybe one fig from like all the different like main Castle sub themes. Would love to see a Viking and Ninja figure since they were both part of Castle, and I think that would be interesting to have like maybe a Samurai and Ninja from the Ninja theme, but have them be Castle with maybe like no Ninjago synergy. It's just like ninjas with your Castle people. Lots of stuff I actually like to see from City. Let's see like something related to the trains. Would love something related to more recent stunts. Would love some like an actual construction figure that's like doing more construction stuff than what Sal's doing. I mean, Sal's just this street sweeper. I would love to see some of the diver stuff. I would like to see like a full underwater like tag added. I would like to see at least one of the city space figs added. I think that would be a cool cross tag thing there, or cross team fig. I also would like to see one of the jungle explorers from that little sub theme. Then like a couple other people. Maybe a pilot. Yeah, it might be kind of cool. I'd love to see an Octane guy. And also for space, there's lots of stuff I like to see for space. I like to see a lot more stuff from like 2000s plus, because there was like 4 or 5 themes from 2000 plus that aren't here. I mean, we have Gorewell, but that's, I think there was like 4 others. Because we have Galaxy Squad, Mars Mission, Life on Mars, and I think there's like one other one that I'm forgetting. Maybe I'm thinking of Alien Conquest. But it might be like a one that's early 2000s as well. But I see something from the other ones. Definitely something Space Police. Maybe 1 or 2 like figs from Space Police. Maybe even 1 from each of them. You get like a 4-ish, a little bit of a team there. You also have like Space Police collectible minifigures. So like a 4-person team at least. But you have that. And then let's see. There was something else. I also like some M-Tron, some Fuse, we have Spires, Robo Force, just some more of the like other sub themes that we have, just haven't added into the game yet. Wish they made some changes. Yeah, I hope we have some stuff changed in the shop. I mean, I feel like we definitely will be, because they're adding some of this new stuff to it. With that said, though, I don't think the stuff's there yet for the data mines, because I guess because the new stuff hasn't been added, they haven't actually added in the new stuff to the store yet, because they have to actually add in the new stuff before they do so. Which is, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's kind of interesting they don't have any of that. Let's see, what else? No, even close, got that new stuff in there. Uh, I have no idea what the new towels will cost, but I feel like there's a good chance that, or maybe the 2,500 that's kind of standard. Also, just curious how much currency I have left over from last time. I don't know if I spend it or not. I think I was maybe going to save it up until whatever they like reworked it, so I could go ahead and just like go in and mass spend on somebody. So I'm curious if they can have like a bunch of stuff for that. But I guess unless there's anything else anybody would like to really talk about, we could go ahead and end this here. Because I think that is kind of it for this stuff. I mean, this is all the information I have here, is just what's this document really. And like a few questions I've asked Tiny on the CCP channel. I'm pretty sure he's like asleep now, so I can't really ask him anything else right now. But the big thing I just got from him is, well, let's see, I can double check what was his exact wording, because I told y'all about the stuff I got about the tags, although I forgot to ask what were the main tags of the new person. Let's see. To ask him if there's any 65 tile unlock calls. He just said yes. So hey, we're at least getting 165 tile unlock, which is kind of nice. Actually, thinking back of it, was Basil 115 or was he 75? It was like 65. Okay, one more question. Also, I might have some of this posted later on my Discord for anybody who wants like just to look back at some of it, though it is going to be posted soon. It's soon on the main Discord as an announcement. I guess they said they were going to do that whenever they do the update. They'll post the patch notes with it. I don't know when the update is exactly going to be. The event starts Friday, if I remember correctly. So it's going to at least probably be by then. There might be a day before. Who would you rather have in Ultimate, Sal or Chef? I might would say Chef because I like pizza and think that would be fun. Though Sal, I feel like could also actually have his Street Sweeper come in. It might be kind of fun. I always thought Sal it would be interesting if he had something and you could use his Street Sweeper, but have it. I mean, we have a lot more stuff that does more powerful things now, so this would be outdated. But have the Street Sweeper come in and like brush all the fakes to remove the debuffs from them, or remove the buffs from the enemy team, or something like that. He just comes in and just like brushes it. I mean, basically, I guess you could just even use it like basically the same thing as Andreas's like. Was it is S1? Yeah, S1's the buff still. So something kind of like that. He just comes in and does that, but also really like pizza. So I think the pizza chef having some ultimate would be kind of fun. I just call it Ultimate Pizza, Ultimate Pizza Night, or something like that. But I think that is kind of it. Oh, I will want to mention for the people who were interested in it, I did post the Q&A stuff on the Discord, so the one I sent him and the stuff he sent back. Big reaction review. What does review mean? Oh, you mean like a review or something? I did do a stream yesterday going through some of the stuff. If there is something to go through today, I might do it at some point, though like I said, I am feeling exceptionally tired, so as soon as I get done with this, I am going to hop on into bed immediately. Sorry, I'm not talking too much right now. I'm kind of fading. Alright, I'll give me like a couple more seconds and I think I'm going to hop on off it. If anybody does want to chat, though, feel free to hit me up over on the Discord. Or at least like message me over there, because I will might be answering messages a little bit while laying in bed. But like I said, I will be kind of sleeping this off, because I don't think like 1.5 hours of sleep and sitting in like a hospital waiting room for like 8 hours is like makes you feel well rested. On more campaign notes, he mentioned that I think in the Q&A, but I don't think he had like an actual like proper answer in there, or like anything saying they'll be doing it exactly too soon. If you are interested in that, I do recommend checking out the Q&A video I did last week. Yeah, well, Saturday, I think Saturday I did it. So if you want to see some of that stuff, because that will have that's kind of like information. I don't know if we had like that much detail about when a new campaign would be coming. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on off. Y'all have a good night. Like I said, feel free to hit me up over on Discord if you have any more questions. I don't want to keep this video going too long. Y'all have a good day, and I hope to see y'all maybe like a future stream. I don't know. We'll probably going in pretty hard on this whenever this drops. Let me say going in hard. At least do a couple notes. I mean, I don't know how far we can get. Hopefully at least get to and do at least the first character. I am also very curious. I will do that one more right quick. It is interesting with this one having 3 figures. I'm curious to see how they're going to like restrict the notes for each of them. Like, I'm assuming it's still going to be like the old ones where you have to get like Fig 1 and then use them to get Fig 2, use Fig 1, Fig 2 to get Fig 3, or like Item 3. It's going to be a little bit different than not being a set this time. Also with them being like 2 different things, with like King's Court and Fright Nights, also with Basil being first. I could maybe see Fright Night being early on, then you move over to King's Court, although maybe you do King's Court and then Fright Night, although I could also see maybe you do like 1 King's Court, Fright Night, then back to King's Court again. Although I would be really happy if maybe you could get, at least at one point, you could get a farmable node for a King's Court and Fright Night, so maybe you could work on a little bit of both of them, or choose which team you want to focus on. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get off now, because I think I am about to pass out, and I feel like I am making not too much sense talking right now. So until next time, we'll be signing off. Bye-bye, and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.